Good morning and welcome to another edition. In fact, the first edition of the program Couriers for this morning, and as well the first edition of the program Couriers after the June 24th election. They all talked about June 24th election. Yes, it don't come, it don't, well, that day when the vote don't pass. So, but the process still they go on. But this is not the very first program where we can discuss this particular issue inside the program today. Today we're not go come, no go come. We're not wasting any boku time. We just want to go straight and begin discuss the issues then, because several issues the day that are going. And I tell you very early this morning saying we got lots of things and we want to talk about, because the way how the election they go right now, a lot of things that they happen. So we get issues then where we get for talk about as we get a senior journalist where we can discuss things inside the program, and I'm pretty sure you already follow talk about the different issues then. Welcome to the program, sir.
Thank you very much.
I see you look fire up this morning. How the election? Yeah. How the election tension?
Thank you once again, and good morning, viewers and listeners all over the world. Like you rightly said.
So sorry, la put up me good behavior first. I was saying, from Compass newspaper, right?
Yes.
Okay. So yes, sorry, go ahead.
Okay. You asked about the election.
Yes.
I think firstly I want to tell every Sierra Leonean thank you for they able to conduct themselves in a manner we all will anticipate. Because make no mistake, the peace of Sierra Leone is more important. And the people came out in millions to exercise their rights. And we see some situation where we side delays be there, we side some skirmishes be there. The people we go through all of their skirmishes and be so determined for cast them vote, for their voice and be heard. Mm-hmm. And so I want for tell all Sierra Leoneans them we go out and vote and make them decision. Thank you for the resilience we then show. Despite all the odds, we don't go through past June 24. And now we are talking about the post-election the announcement of results. So far I want to say thank you to every Sierra Leoneans, political parties, the election management bodies, and every other observer, including the international and local observers, for we able to sail through the June 24. We get a whole lot of tension in the build up to the polls.
All right. So thank you very much. First of all, I want for talk about one particular issue. This now me one for the return.
Okay.
All right. So sorry, Alison, just please, sorry.
It's okay.
Okay, so just one thing where I see now the a paper where they claim say now the AYV newspaper, of course, now the AYV the layout, then they use and then they actually take another thing where they put, they say, for example, refrain from violence, respect others' political choices, reject hate languages, and at the same time you get this one we say Interreligious Council congratulate President-elect Dr. Samura M. Kamara. So this particular news, I want to make them all know saying this is not fake news. Person ain't just decide for make them for it look fine, and all of this they creates problem. No way, not the way at this particular time. We don't even know who that's not the winner, who that not the winner for Interreligious Council go and pull this kind of thing. For later, go congratulate Samura Kamara. Sorry, this is not a real news, not fake news, not somebody just come up and wait. So first of all, I'm saying how for be very careful, how for deal with second news there so at this particular point.
Thank you very much. This the issue of misinformation and disinformation, I think to a very large extent during this election, I think Sludge with the support of NDI and I verified they're able for put records straight to so many false information will go out there. Mm-hmm. And I believe most of the news when they go out, as long as not fake news, Sludge came for pick them up early and then give out a verdict where they can share all about social media. So I believe say the issue of fake news in the first place now thing where they create problem now any country. You know, social media, especially digital media, gets a big people way they play both negative and positive. And the negative aspect of them, they inflame a country. And thankfully, in we own situation, in we own case, I think this the issue of misinformation be clearly minimized by the intervention of Sludge to put in support of NDI within the count this I-verify. So whatever information that is out there, then quick for check them up and then tell you say this not true or this not fake. And we see almost all statements where politicians and in fact they make Sludge they take them up, do fact check on them and then come out with a verdict whether it's true or false. And also every other information the public can put out there, they also can take them up and try for fact check the information and for prove whether they are authentic or they are false. And so I believe so far in the area of misinformation and disinformation, this election with the help of Sludge, they're able to minimize a whole lot.
Okay, we're very, very, very much important for let me notice some of them things in there. Okay, so
yes.
Let me go now. On the day of the election, we see a lot of activities then go on. As a journalist, what did you notice on the day of election?
Okay, thank you very much. Before I go to the day before I go to polling day, I'll go for start first by I'll go for start from the periods leading to the polling. You know, before Saturday, we don't get a whole lot of tense situation in the countryside. With the feel say the country there on a time bomb for explode at any time. We also get the main opposition almost go out and protest against ECSL. We then raise some concerns regarding transparency and the conduct towards the polls. So I believe say a whole lot of issues come out before the polling, and that is why when I start the presentation, I thank you to every Sierra Leonean for way we exercise restraint, despite the fact that we went into an election where, in fact, everybody benefited Salon de Bomb. But we went there, they showed the resilience, everybody showed determination for letting their voices be heard peacefully without creating any problem. Although we have incidences where we take them off from any process, but by and large, we're able for sail through that. Now coming to election day, I think generally the election was peaceful. Generally, although you have some instances which you get some reports of violence and then harassment, intimidation, and a whole lot, especially regarding the conduct of elections. We got to do with the security forces, you got to do with ECSL officials, you got to do with even the citizens, the voters themselves. So a whole lot of issues happen, but like I say, by and large, the conduct of the elections were generally peaceful.
Okay, so we as well get another colleague inside and Theophilus Sabenda. We don't join me inside the program. Theophilus, good morning. Theophilus? Alright, it will join me back just now. Probably the mute, and then we will get on just now for later. It can continue for we'll talk about the different issues that they talk about. So let we take the reverse version in Alusain. The reverse version by then let we take the most recent something yesterday before we go and look at certain things that we don't they come out, especially from political party them, because like everybody they claim victory right now. Yes, Theophilus, good morning and welcome to the program.
Yes, good morning, good morning. Bossy Ben, how are you, sir?
Adebia, sir, how you know? It's been a while, sir. It's been a while.
I know, respect to you. No. Yeah,
All
man.
right. Theophilus, let ask you quick before I can continue with Gordon Aya.
Okay.
The issue of this election, what are your observations so far? You know, especially on that particular day of the polls.
Okay, well, the most important observation are that on that day, we tell God thank you, rain no come. Because on that day night, most people that be there got for. I mean, they'll say perhaps if the rain come, it will disturb people their movements and all of that. And another thing is that plenty speculation be there around for say Motokano go apply the route, Okada go apply the route, but it was all not true. During election day, everything was like great normal. And I may be very impressed with that. Then, of course, there was massive turnout, massive turnout. So an extent that some independent bodies, they say around 6 o'clock, you already get 85% of the voters then queued up at various police stations. And of course, some of them then at that police station, because we get a situation wherein for some police stations like the western area, Kono, and other parts of the country, the voting materials then go in very late. So imagine somebody don't wake up in the morning, they don't go to police.
All right, continue for the with inside the program, and let me bring you inside back. We don't get small issue with Theophilus on that other side. So let's bring you inside quickly. Alusine, we been talk about that particular day, but I want to take the reverse version and look at the most recent winner yesterday. We see something actually happen from the APC party office. We see the two parties that claim victory in this one. SLPP hold a press conference.
I saw you now the network.
Yes,
the network anyway.
It's okay.
So like I say,
yes, cool.
Yeah. Okay, let me check. So like I say no more. You got a situation where someone don't go in a police station by then 6, then voting material not counted, then 12 they go to 1. Even with the first area, main areas them. I mean, where I feel to say that was a very big blunder on the part of ECSL because they before don't ensure say mechanisms they in place where they say voting for start at 7. By 6 o'clock, 6:30, everything was supposed to have been in place. What it caused delay is a question we have things say ECSL for explain. Although some people even go to the extent to say it was deliberate.
Really? All right, I think today you don't for get issue with the internet. Yeah, so let's come back. Let's come over to you again. The issue of this, issue of the party that they take supremacy, they take they claim victory over this particular election. We see how they go on serious one, and then SLPP, of course, we're not the ruling party. All a press conference yesterday. Also, they say they don't win landslide. And the APC themselves called a press conference, but unfortunately, the APC press conference now go on because we Yeri said they go and fire at the APC office. So tell me, you get any idea of what exactly happened under?
Yeah. Thank you very much. This mean a live witness of that incident yesterday in the opposition office. We'll be like you be saying. We'll be doing the SLPP press conference when we get another invite.
When you say we, as a journalist?
Yes, a group of journalists, I'm telling you. We'll be doing the SLPP press conference where they don't read out the statement, bringing out a whole lot of issues, accusing the main opposition of beating up their agents and a whole lot of things. Then also accuse the National Elections Watch of being biased and all of those things. And whilst then they end their statements, then also tell their supporters and say, well, they don't get the victory. They call on their supporters for remain calm and wait for the announcement of official results. The main opposition, on the other hand, we also invite me to go cover this press conference. And when we went there, we meet a whole lot of people at the party office, then they dance, they celebrate without going anybody's way. Actually, they were just singing and dancing, and musical sets be they play at the place there. And we also try to get inside. Whilst we are about to go inside, a group of journalists, we include AYV journalists, journalists from 98.1, a whole lot of media houses, including Star TV also, newspaper journalists. We miss ourselves be part of. And we try to go up inside the press conference they take place. As we reach, presidential guards then come, begin open fire. So all we can see now firing now.
Hold on. You say something. As you now reach, also have witness the press conference where APC call.
Yes.
Presidential guard then come. How you know na presidential guards then?
Because when we go first initially we meet because whilst the people were dancing and celebrating, we met security forces. We get soldier man, them policemen. They will be there with the crowd, and they were so peaceful. They not be they go nobody in way. Then I can tell you for sure, not be they go nobody in way. And now not until when we reach, as we reach up, we a group of armed military men, we include presidential guards. We get always this, we can open fire. So as soon as we hear the gunshots them, we go calm down again. In fact, we bypass, we use Mama Streets. We go hide in one building, whilst then they pump whilst then they open fire on the APC supporters and the leaders inside. So we there. And unfortunately for me, my vehicle be parked outside the APC office. Like I be say, the people were so peaceful that I even park my motor, nothing wrong with them, and they be there about them business. They not be there go after anybody, not be there bug anybody. So when the presidential guards then come, where in fact then they be captured on camera, they open firing and begin vandalize all the vehicles, all the properties are where they are around. And my vehicle now one of the vehicles are where they vandalized them, done into pieces as I'm speaking.
Which they vandalize them? What exactly they do? Now gun
they shoot the tires them, almost all the vehicles where they shoot the tires, break all the glasses. All my glasses, they broke them, the back screen, the windscreen, the watch glasses, they all, and they even fire my tires.
I listened to the BBC interview with Umar Fofana, and they asked him about this thing, and then he said you're not able to verify that kind of thing because by the time one for go the police they be done barricade that area, so you're not able to verify whether indeed they broke motor glasses or not.
Because they barricade the place, so nobody, not be there. Even we journalists, not be safe at the time. I can tell you this for sure. So we there not until around 7 when situation we don't calm down. Me get for come out for I can't take me motor car. When I come, I meet the security there, and I'll be there in Miss Large Regalia.
That press vest on
yes, I'll be there in Miss Large Regalia. So I go meet one of the officers. I say, well, now I'm motor car down there. Although they don't vandalize them, but I want find people and follow able push up. Then they can't go from the garage. I go left and there. So then give me the go ahead. When I go try for start the motor car, just after the APC office, the driveway they enter by Brookfields. I meet other soldier man and the 2 of them team up. They can't stop me. Would I give you the authority? I say, well, now my motor car. Although they don't point out, but they say that move I'm for go to a garage. By the time they talk, then 2 men and they don't come surround me. In fact, the one don't even cock gun for shoot me until when the deputy leader of the position, Honorable General Majuba, they come at the scene and try for rescue me. In fact, I talk to them now, we're able to push Motika come back the initial spot. So, like I said,
all of that process, they be still where you press first.
And when we press vest, the vehicle itself gets press sticker, boldly written on its windscreen. So for say they're not able to identify, it was easily identifiable. And even myself, as a pressman, and all they get me ID card, I get the press vest, the sludge press vest.
Where I say big one said this na press and sludge.
He writes a big one. And apart from that, I also tell them, say, me na pressman. That's why the fact that all of these things for don't able clearly identify me. I even go further for telling them, say, me na pressman. But they were not to listen to it. It was like a deliberate attempt to maybe eliminate some of them, because in fact the impression when they get now that every journalist will go to that party office na APC journalist. This is the first time.
And which of course you did not attend SLPP press conference before.
Yes, well, now from the SLPP press conference we come out when we can at the APC press conference. You know, for journalists, election periods na busy periods for we.
Mm-hmm.
In the morning, we went to the ECSL press conference. In fact, we went to the Observers press conference at Bintumani, and also the ECSL press conference. We did it. From there, we came to SLPP press conference, after which we go to APC press conference. So it is not like we choose who's our one for go. We as pressmen, we did all about for the news and report accurately to the public. But the impression where they go with now that everybody will do it in our APC. So they were not to think about any other thing. In fact, now cause we get for call with leadership and for the sludge leadership and with various media houses, because one AYV journalist instead we get for post until AYV and the leadership of sludge be come in and try for talk to the leadership of the military and that of the police for let them evacuate with the journalists that will be trapped in. So you see, this now a very sad situation. What happened yesterday in a very sad situation, and it's not only yesterday. For me, I want to talk a small bit on the security, the conduct of security. Yes, you see, in any country, the peace of one of the major threats to peace and guidance. And every election, there must be trust in the institution managing those elections. And before now, even as far back as 2020 or 2021, when the European Union mission observed that follow-up mission, them states clearly in the report as to the decline in public trust of these institutions, especially the election management body. You talk of the judiciary, you talk of the security forces, you talk of the PPRC, you talk of the ECSL itself. So these concerns. They don't put them out long ago. Say there is high decline in public trust of those institutions managing our elections, and so for me, in my opinion, it probably fine these institutions actually work towards improving the trust deficits where don't they exist for quite a long time now between the citizens and their institutions. And mind you, these institutions are paid by taxpayers. They are not there to serve a particular party or a particular group of people. They are there to serve Sierra Leone. But what we've seen over the years is that all these state institutions are being controlled, or they are there to serve the government of the or and its supporters. So you see, this is a very sad situation. Like I said just now, even before the elections, there are instances of misconduct by security forces. You know, we get laws in Sierra Leone where give people a freedom of association. People have rights to associate. They have freedom of assembly. They also have right to protest. But what we've seen over the years, I think all governments, in fact, are allergic to protest. Then there is always no government who will allow protest. But it is not in the making of the people. It is in the constitution that we have our own right to protest. People have their own right to protest. But anytime we hear you protest, this has been the pattern. We must hear you say security forces don't kill.
And you confirm this for again. Upon all that time you spent in the APC office under siege, you escape assassination by state institutions, state enforcement. For example, presidential guards. Yes, presidential guards. Interestingly, I get that on camera. Not the one yesterday. I think the one on the 12th, when they say they for the protest, you know, I mean, they link that particular thing there, and I saw the whole thing when they come, how it happened. In fact, they come with that tear gas. Now they no more get them. The police says if no get that kind of tear gas there. Okay, so we understand that somebody end up for loss in life yesterday in that place there.
Yes, then I can confirm. Fortunately, why I be removed from the office now. One lady when I nurse, when I in fact I within an area, see me while on that gunpoint. He see me, so tell Cherno, the deputy leader of the opposition, come intervene. We able to go back to South the day. He call me and said, "Do you allow it for him? No, we come, but it not be no say they don't damage me motor car way. You know able for move, unable for unable even for driver." Because the windscreen.
So when you say he called me, then this woman what they talk about, so we end up for that?
No, not to the one.
Okay, another one. Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
Instead na matron, instead na matron, na the office, na the APC office. So he called me. He said one of the company don't die. One of the company don't die out of gunshot. In fact, according to Ram, he said they shoot. The bullets bust the wall and go meet the woman. Say the woman don't die. So
and we see evidence of that in the what? 2 pictures.
Yes. So myself, as he called me, I got for go inside it. Despite the fact that me say own life be at stake. But as a journalist, I got for report accurately. I got for go there. I actually see the person lay down. He there in a pool of blood. Well, at the time. I not be confirmed whether he don't die at the time when I go see him, but I not say it not be the response to anything at the time.
And that was the exact post that one the way they tweet and the I call this waiting journalists as well post.
Reuters.
Right, yes, Reuters, yes.
Reuters. Yes. So like I said, this happened and I go see. So we tell them now, tell the other lady will call me, talk to the officers and for them go allow them let them promote. So them promote. Now me and that lady now push the motor car till we come with them now. Me garage you say them can make me motor car. We count and they come. In fact, not be there with even sleepers. So now we reach in a garage now me take bike for them for let you return our house. Whilst I call for me other motor car. For them can't take me because that one there was no way for life to move out.
Okay.
So
we come back.
For the driver come now.
I think that was a great eyewitness reports from a journalist, from a very big newspaper when they compass newspaper. Continue for the way to inside the program. Theophilus, let me bring you inside. You are aware of the incident yesterday at the APC office?
Oh, you mean well me here on the news. I see on social media. And this morning, 6:30, Yeri Umo would make a report on BBC. And what he say that then a host when they call him for say there's a shootout at the APC head office. And himself, he tried to call the police. He tell the police to tell us say because APC then got.
All right. So I think this we can bring you inside again quickly, Alusign, because I would not lost Theophilus Day. Let's just use this exact quotation. I will take it from Musa Theophilus talk. The IG fire fellow say, then go dispatch the crowd because APC they do motorcade and they as well they talk say then don't win the election. Yes, I know. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so can I continue?
Yes, please go ahead.
Okay, fine. So he said the police then tell them say they get information say the APC supporters then they out that the party office. Someone will go up and out motorbike for saying they don't win. So according to what you know, final reports, and the police that tell us the IG tell us say then simply go to the place for go disperse the crowd. Yes. So now go ahead and go now. Now we go yagi now about the shootout. We not yagi about any stoning coming from the APC side or whatever. So now that's where we talk about proportionate use of firearm. You see, what me brother the comments on so is very unfortunate. That make me for this election, this particular election, I refuse not to take any active part, be it observer, be it monitor, and not take any direct part in the entire electioneering process. I not even go for press conferences. I not go for nothing. I mean, you know, the only time we don't go na television and radio, and of course we had. Yes, even this morning, 11 o'clock, I forday na AYV. I mean, you know, television, right? So now that's what we do. But for say me to go because what happened to Ibrahim Samura, my late colleague, still very, very fresh in my mind. A very, very fresh. Remember, in 2018, in 2018, we began.
Alright, continue for the way to inside the program. Yes, let's bring you inside back quickly. You know, I'll talk from the queue. IG Farasiel will say then go dispatch the crowd because they do motorcade and the glad is saying I then don't win the election. And if the election turn out to be something different, it will get for create problems. So then go pull them there. But they not dispatch the crowd of the SLPP, right? And because the SLPP at the end of the day themselves go and talk say they don't win the election, then tell them that.
Thank you very much. You know, like I said this in the statement. What did the EU be saying in the report? Say there is high level of distrust.
2018. Okay, hello.
Yes, you get with you.
Okay, yes, I get you.
Yes, continue. So, then, yes, I'm saying we'll come inside later.
I'm very sorry, the network so bad.
We're not blaming you for that, brother. Continue.
In 2018, leading to the election, there were 3 vocal journalists. 1, na the late Ibrahim Samura. 2, na be Thomas Dixon. And 3, na yours truly, Theophilus Sagbenda. Yes, we were the 3 most vocal journalists. Now we go on television, now we go on radio, and of course we are being misinterpreted. You know this country. The moment you're a critical journalist, they brand you. Those days we were branded. Me, I was branded the seminar SLPP journalist. I was locked up 3 or 4 times. I mean, you know, now what they talk now, they say, oh, we're an APC journalist then. So, but one like we will not care because Sierra Leone, I can #1 that we had. Sierra Leone comes first. Because, I mean, you know, we're not getting interest in politics. We're not care would that be president, who's party in the power. All to want for Sibra, let things then go very, very well for now, you know, Congress are the it so. This is a Bolgo.
Yes.
Bolgo. Me madam go buy 3 cup Bolgo yesterday. 30,000 euros for the 3 cups. 1 cup na 10,000 euros. Can you imagine that?
Yes.
So that's not mix up anything. It not mix by Maggi, it not mix by pepper, it not mix by oil, you know. So now there's no management anymore. For say Allah go manage the rest. And you must cook, you must spend almost 1,000. Imagine Bolgo, 10,000.
Okay. So we come back to that. We come to that, but let's go back to this situation at the APC office. You see, in less than 7 days, 2 people lost their life, allegedly lost their life na the APC party office. I'll tell you about the 12th of June when I don't know if it's not the 12th, but the day where APC be called for the protest.
It's the 22nd.
22nd, thank you. Yes, now they call for the protest, right?
Yes.
Okay, so until also in less than 5 days, they killed 2 people in that party office day. 1 boy in the first one, and now a woman, the second place. Theophilus, what do you think about the way out the security forces them, especially the state house security or the presidential guards that we can intervene whenever the APC gets you?
All right. Well, in the first place, it is not alleged. Like when they talk say allegedly killed 2 people there, it is confirmed. The news, even Umar Fufana this morning on BBC, it confirmed.
Okay. So let's go back. It will come in January. Let's go back about the way how the IG, the statement where he give or the reply where he give to Umar Fufana. What do you think of that?
Like I tell you in my initial statement, I say the EU put out a statement where shall we say, there is high level of distrust on public institutions, particularly the election management bodies, we include the security forces, we include the ECSL, the BPRC, all those who are managing the elections. You know, I tell you, just also say, what you don't see over the years, especially on our public institutions, like they are serving the government of the day. They are not serving the people for which they are being paid for. They are already there to protect the interest of those who are governing, rather than those who are governed. And the duty of the police, the security forces, is to protect lives and properties. They are not there to protect the lives and property of SLPP, or they are there to protect the lives and property of APC. They are there to protect the lives and properties of citizens. It doesn't matter where you belong, whether you are APC, you are PMDC, no matter your tribe, they are there to protect lives and property. But what we've seen over the years, what we don't see over the years from our security forces, is like the government, they are serving only the interest of the government of the day. Like you rightly mentioned just now, whilst we brought up in the talk, the SLPP held its press conference. In fact, they were from where after elections, they are the first to put out a statement. They are the first to put out a statement saying there are indications of them having a landslide victory, and you get celebration all about.
They win the election on the first round.
Yes, but no action. Any security.
And they were literally dancing. They will dance out of the office as well.
Obviously, like I said, we'll be there at the party office when they call a press conference. You have a whole lot of supporters dancing, but nothing the police interference. No police, no.
And they're not too far. They're not too far from. They're not too far from the police headquarters.
Yes, and in all of this, it just they bring me to mind to the statement where the heads of these security agencies don't they give out. They tell you exactly. See, they have a mission. They are on a mission to cause destruction on lives and properties. They are on a mission to cause destruction on whoever that is critical or that opposes the ruling government. You know, we were at Brookfield Hotel where they get all election management bodies for go show we the state of preparedness. Where in fact one of the directors at ONS, the Office of National Security, say in fact from that moment we are going to exhibit a show of force on civilians. He said that we asked nobody. Yes, ONS said that.
The National Security Coordinator, yeah.
Yes, the ONS coordinator also recently, in one statement, say, in fact, in Philam, why they don't kill 50 people at APC office during the 22nd protest, that June 22nd protest. He said that. So you see,
he said that. Who said he said what he talking?
He said that I think in one of the engagement he had with CSOs.
Okay.
Yes. So you see, in all of this, they tell you say they had a premeditated. All of this where they happened. So a premeditated plan where, in fact, I believe say, in my opinion, government handed it for let them cause problem on anybody who oppose the government, and it should not be the way. You see, our state institution must move from this kind of attitude. For say, you only serve the government of the day. When this government in power and waiting and tell you for the United, first of they must know that the roles and responsibility is derived from the constitution, not to government can make up. Now from the constitution of Sierra Leone, the roles and responsibility derived, and so they are there to protect the constitution and that of our lives. You see, so it's really sad that these situations keep coming up, and the issue of this presidential guard is becoming unbecoming. I must say this: how on earth any riot or anything where you hear around the opposition, you send presidential guard? Presidential guards, they are not there for riots. They are not there for protests. They're there for guard the president and the business of the citizenry. You have other security forces where you're responsible for that. But why always anything something for do with the opposition, you get presidential guards coming to play. You talk of the issue of the Pademba. It was presidential guard that went to kill people there. And today we don't get nobody's being brought to book for that. So you see, this impunity, this violence with impunity gets for stop. And I must say, this violence and impunity don't increase over the last 5 years. And for me, in my opinion, this is the worst government in terms of human rights abuses. The last day, I think on Friday or Thursday, I came out with a publication where it's over 300 Sierra Leoneans where the statistics what we take as an independent institution, because we did thorough research, we went everywhere in the country for not get that reported. It is well over 300 people who don't die, civilians who don't die in the hands of security forces from where SLPP can have power. And it should not be this way. You know, every citizen has a right to life. Why must our security so trigger happy to kill their own citizens? It's really sad for our country. And I believe the international community really need for stepping. These killings, we don't tire. But in less than 5 days, you have 2 people dead, already dead. They are shot by security forces. And I can tell you, since in 2018 or so, when the ruling SLPP was in opposition, that incident nobody happened. You get some kuskas with supporters or so, but we not ever hear you say security forces when they are open fire on civilians and kill XYZ supporters. Okay. But in this era, we don't witness that severally. You talk of the August 10, you talk of the Padema Road massacre, you talk of the Tombo, you talk of the Rosa, you talk of Makeni, you talk of 91, don't call him back, all of these killings, and they've all gone with impunity. Nobody is being brought to book. Right. Nobody is not questioned.
All right. So I appreciate that you escaped the attempted assassination, on you, and another particular, scene there. Like how with you again, Theophilus. But before that, I want to remind you where to watch. Say, please, keep the conversation civil. And you where to watch, please don't forget to like the program for we. And if you not subscribing to the program, please consider for do so. And we appreciate that so much from you, okay? As we talk, so on YouTube, we get 1,380 people. We're actually in the watch rate right now. And on Facebook, we get 1,600 with the watch rate. So please do not forget for like and share the program for we. Theophilus, you will talk just on the issue of this, the thing that will happen. But let's take you a bit further. If the security forces, if especially the state and the presidential guards, they're so much happy for the pull trigger at any time on the opposition, if they get for call this result, how it will get for Talek? Because we don't see then the pull video, to name the Hungry Lion and others, then the pull video, then tell we say then anybody will engage, then they even mass in body after they don't send and go next wall. So it don't go. So I will bring you inside again. Theophilus just don't go again. Yes. So waiting all of them things here so mean for we country. Especially when they about for call the results for the presidential.
You see, like I said, the whole piece of this country lies in the shoulders of the EMBs, the election management bodies. That is the security
please,
forces.
I'll beg you for all you day. And Theophilus, did you get me?
Yes, I get you.
We see the presidential guards them several times. Like Mrs. Everyone talk here, not to then say on a live program where I be the stream, I see them there and I see how them be directly the point gone now the opposition the headquarter where it in a video. You can check out we platform it there. And a lot of people them they don't cut that video there, they share them all over where Mrs. Everyone the see. If they're so much happy for pull live bullets on opposition supporter or opposition party office, how you feel say the results will come out? If the results come out, how you feel say they will handle people them again? Because on several issues, I want for embody this whole thing. Several times we the ECSL commissioner for the South tell we say when they call it, they know say the international community wants regime change. But then we call the result, then we show them say then are the referee. When they call who that win, who that lost, the rest and they send them to the security. We see Lyle and Slim and say anybody want for become lawless for this election, for the stop the election, then go make sure they crush them. So if this all don't happen 2 weeks, inside 1 great week, we see this kind of thing they happen consecutively. What in it could tell after the call the result? Okay. Salon internet. Yes, I was saying, sorry, maybe you can continue from where you be stopped.
Okay, like I say, the peace of this country lies in the hands of the election management bodies, especially when we talk of election period.
It's so frustrating.
I know. So you get me question.
Yeah, it's frustrating. Okay, fine.
Yes,
so with regards to the presidential guards, their role very, very important. And like what Brother Ibrahim said, their role is really limited to protecting the president and not for go so much into anything with the deep politics of the country. Because Ibrahim Samura was killed by presidential guards from State House at the time.
Mm-hmm.
From State House. You remember?
Yes.
Where President Biokam is set up. Yeah, he was killed by presidential guards from State House. They got killed and was here and Thomas Dixon. Now with 3 before don't go, I said no, me go no side. Now then Thomas Dixon and then 2 we go. Thomas Dixon he escaped. Understand that? So when President Biokam, there was a move for them to investigate Ibrahim Samura in matter and identify the police officers them will be involved in that. But when I say that thing they install because not more people will get question. But why? You have said this thing should be investigated. Why not? So what we suspect is that the president did not want to, the number of a creative situation wherein they will set a bad precedent of investigating and punishing presidential guards for going off the way. That's how I interpret it. But it's very, very unfortunate. So I think my brother don't talk much on me no one dwell on them too much because the internet in fact they really go on and off for me. I don't know what's happening this morning. Yeah. So but like I said no more, once they don't announce results, the police then duty that for immediately, even before they announce the result, they for don't make sure say they don't deploy. Because like the last election, that early deployment it helped the APC the party office.
No, but look at this thing.
There was going to be.
Look at this thing. The 22nd of June, when they call for protest, the police, the normal duty, and the OSD, they did it. Then we see them with the fire tear gas. But now then we see them back, we see where the presidential gas can come, and then change the whole thing. Now, yesterday again, police them in it, and then they try for divert people them. Try for control them. The same presidential gas them again come. So like, they not they take command. They not they say the police then did it for
I believe say. Well, I believe say professionally the military head and the police head they for dissociate themselves from the action. Say no, I mean no. They for ever point out, but unfortunately they can't.
But wait, really, this not a secret. And Theophilos, we don't see video several times. We don't see right inside State Lodge. Then same soldier man they are. We don't see them again August 10 na Calbaton. We don't see them again somewhere else. Who said continuously that they put and they. But when they be forced do the video inside Presidential Lodge, the military come and say, then they take action against them. No action. And from that time, they continuously they make video like then they do them in favor of the president, and the president don't even want to say anything about that.
Oh yes, that's so unfortunate because what we don't see now is that most of the presidential guards, them in fact, now then go deploy themselves. It happened under the past regime, it happened under this regime. Most of them now then go deploy themselves. So their interest is the president, and anything against the president is already considered an enemy. So they will treat you as an enemy as long as it is clear that you are against the president. And it's not a job. A job is to protect the president and not being part of the politics around the president. Mm-hmm. The most crucial thing where I think to say because I remember where the videos that will come out, where they talk about that demonstration, where the military, the person gas them, they dance, they showcase their weapons for
yes,
ready for
Bosch,
them.
and then particularly the point finger to one particular
the
set
military,
of,
like I said, the head of the military, the head of the police, they for put their foot down. Because at the end of the day, now then they get bad name. Anything presidential gas they go do, now the military they get bad name, now the police they get bad name. Because we don't see, even at one time, where Lawrence Lima, he said these presidential guards, they on the military, right? So he said, fella said the presidential guards they get extra power to an extent that no one can control them, no one can stop them.
But it is very clear, one of the ministers, Lawrence Lima,
it's not good yesterday.
Yeah. Lawrence Lima, we clearly say the presidential guards are able to take up the one military.
No, he said it. He said it. That means to say the presidential guards are not under the control of the chief of defense staff or the end of the army bosses. They are how do you call themselves? Their own service.
Now the president will command.
Oh, sorry, their own loyalty. Their loyalty is to the president and not even to the state.
And the president commands them.
Not even to the state, but to the president. It should not be like that, as a matter of fact. They are our brothers, so they should be told the fact by their authorities. But unfortunately, neither the IG, not the CDS, get mind for talk anything about that. So they can only grumble in their corners and say, hey, but this year, not so will be responsible for come out. Because I notice any policeman go bloody for the reason they go kill somebody in an SMP office or they go kill somebody in an APC office. No policeman will go happy for that. No soldier man will go happy for that. Honestly speaking. Because it's uncalled for. Look what happened. Look the police say they just go disperse the crowd. At the end of the day, somebody died. Somebody died. Can you imagine? You don't disperse a crowd like that. They were not stunning, they were not doing anything. Just go there and calm down situation without even firing tear gas. Because what you don't see over time, as police begin fire tear gas, the whole situation don't take a different turn. I don't go say now if I live ammunition, the whole situation don't become something completely different.
Okay.
So with the hope say, with the wait, with the God.
Okay, so let's just take on a quickly because we don't come to the end of the program. So a difference until I just get our opinion. We see the observers them, international observers them, don't they pull release on the waiting to observe. EU, Qatar Center, Africa Union, and ECOWAS then do joint press briefing, and all of them people here. So what you not think? Because amongst the things that we then pinpoint now, transparent, process. They want for the ECSL be very much transparent and not for hold on or stop people and for actually get the kind of information where they need or for say you for go and for go. But when I don't watch them press release there.
Can I come in?
Yes, please go ahead and tell what you think.
Okay. Thank you very much. Yesterday I go through all of those releases by the European Union Election Observation Mission and the Qatar Center, even new them press statement on the preliminary findings. So I think I don't go through a whole lot of those press releases, even the joint press release from EU and ECOWAS. I don't go through them. Just like I will say before commenting on this one, on the issue of the statement, I want to say, the peace of this country lies in the hands of the AMBs, and they should actually be neutral in exercising their duties. You see, the statement from the IG is very unfortunate. Rather than condemning the actions of their officers, now in fact, a blame game with your own. So, and this will stop. I think we don't reach a time where where we just cook up one lie for suit to come for, because the thing is out there. It is exposed out there. There was no disruption of peace, because that is one of their responsibilities, to maintain peace. But there was no disruption of peace going on at the APC party office. They had the right to assembly, then call a press conference, just like when some people call a press conference. Then you went to APC and then go and kill people. You see, this must stop. I'm so disappointed in the leadership of the army and that of the Sierra Leone police. They've shown themselves so biased to the point that even the blind can now see their biasness. So for me, I think it's high time they serve the people of Sierra Leone rather than serving the government of the day. Now, coming to the issue of the press statement by our observers, just like what we always on the same. In fact, one of the victims, the ECSL deliberately refused for giving accreditation because they said I've been writing against them.
Come on, wait. Because you're very critical on the ECSL issues, the election issues.
I would say for the past 1 month, my newspaper has carried consistently on its front page issues against the ECSL, their conduct. I have pinpointed transparency in the conduct of its officials. So because of that, when I made my application, in fact, it was not responded to because they said I'm too critical of them. So you see, and me don't they say this all along. Now it's been backed by international observers where themselves they pinpoint on transparency. Now just before their releases yesterday, the opposition leader put out a statement which was viral on social media where they call for transparency in the tabulation of this result. There has been issues of transparency from the word get-go when they start this electioneering process. The opposition don't they always raise these concerns about the ECSL not being transparent. It was confirmed by new in the early voting exercise when they be conducted. Now it has now been confirmed by international observers who also demand that the ECSL become transparent in tabulating the result. How can you say you just enter what you want to enter and nobody should see? Project it that everybody's. I don't think ECSL will do anybody a favor. They have a duty. They owe it to the nation for let them maintain the peace of this country, and they should not behave in a way that will land this country into chaos. ECSL must be transparent in the exercise of its duty. They have a very sacred duty that can inflame the country, and so they must not joke with it. And so also for all the election management bodies, the security forces, the PPRC, they all must be neutral. They must exercise their duties impartially so that the country does not go into chaos.
All right. Theophilus, we don't come to the end of the program. What do you think about the release then?
Well, the only thing we could say is that even President Biodun emphasized on the importance of a free, fair, and credible election. Mm-hmm. So we should not say anything to the contrary. Mm-hmm. And unfortunately, in most instances, as evidenced by waiting Ibando referenced just now, the press statement on the early voting, and on international observers, they raise concern. It's in the press statement they say they're concerned over the tabulation,
lack of transparency
of voting process.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, they say there is concern over them, and they call on ECSL for ensure the process is transparent enough, so at the end of the day, the results could be acceptable. So I think that is very, very important. Without transparency, then the whole election could be in doubt, and with doubt, anything can happen. And we don't wish for anything to happen because for we, it's not about APC, it's not.
Oh, okay. All right. I hope you will come back for January quickly. So before we left you for go, and go continue your busy schedule again, what thing you want to say to politicians, especially the leaders then, and that of their supporters then, where we will say the die-hearted, the fanatic then. Okay.
Thank you very much. I think the duties of political parties now for ensure they self-maintain the peace. They all know.
Yes,
this I want to think we're new to them. Mm-hmm. They know very well, now only the Electoral Commission of Sierra Leone gets the mandate for announced results, and announcing the results by themselves is contrary to the law. Mm-hmm. And there's for know that Whilst the SLPP don't do that, the APC also don't tell their supporters and say they don't win. Well, I think then they need for exercise restraint. They all need for exercise restraint and wait for the official announcement. And this is going out to ECSL. I think it is very key. The people of Sierra Leone have spoken. I think their will must be respected. And so all the players who are involved must respect the will of the people.
Thank you.
Be transparent, ensure that the results are credible, verifiable, just like the international observers have said. Right. The result must be credible, transparent, and verifiable.
Thank you. Theophilus, you make a submission just now. Go ahead.
Let's also end by saying that the need for a free, fair, and credible election. It's not even something for discourse. That's how it should be, because it's the whole essence about democracy, right? It's to be government of the people. It should not be an imposition, or it should not be anything where they come through.
Okay. Well, I think we're very sorry. It actually can contribute seriously, so we'll not blame them for that at all. The network not actually good today, and the network not in favor. So we want to tell you thank you. You were joining us at the program on YouTube. Thank you very much. But please do not like the program. We get 1,501 with 389 likes. Please not for like the program. Yes, Theophilus don't come. I'm glad that we keep them so you come and give a final word as they do. And on Facebook we get 1,500. Thank you very much for the share. Theophilus, you did it?
Yeah, that is one.
Okay, so yes, go ahead.
Well, I think because of the network, I think I'll go wait for the next program. But so far, I think ECS get a great goal for play, because even now, new say they get the result already.
Yes.
But they are not good time because they're not getting the authority for announcement. So we are. So
yeah, because they get 6,000 observers then all over the country.
So they say that they wait for Sierra, wait till ECS in the pool, and they don't hope say it's not going to be different from what they get.
Because they get a form.
So all they add to the confusion right now. But anyway, we cannot say anything beyond saying we are waiting to hear from ECSL. And I believe so the results will be out today. So the people
you are saying the results or part of the result?
But it should not be part of the results. It should not be part of the results. It should be all the results.
Okay, so if that be the case, I need to go sleep now, get some energy, and come back for sleep, waiting to happen. But before we go, we get 70. No, I don't work all night, my brother, so I need for rest.
Alright.
We get 79,000. Yes, 79,970. We need 30 for logo 70 for logo 80,000. And una there already, the 30 people. If I will get 50 people that will watch, can you please round the number for us? So 80,000. Thank you very much. Because by the end of this election, we will reach 100,000 and more. So if you lost, we work all next right now as I see also. I don't know if not be the catch me. I'll be waiting for the T farm.
But I know, I pay for you.
Yeah, but anyway, service to the nation. We just try to come and see how best we can get this program done. Yes. So guys, thank you very much. I appreciate you so much for always joining inside the program, and we look forward again. We're gonna get more critical analysis as we go along towards the end of this particular I don't know. But wait, so this is our first round knockout or our second round knockout we will get?
What? The answer then are ECS already get them.
Okay. Theophilus, first rounds or second rounds they come?
Well, honestly, because we get two predictions.
Okay, fair.
One now by the Institute of Governance Reform. They say
75%.
President Bio will get above 55%, meaning there will not be any runoff. Silver Blind himself make your prediction. He said President Bio will get 51%, and so there will be a runoff. So for now, those are the two predictions. Where they're high on the scale. So let's wait and see which one comes into fruition.
Thank you guys. Thank you very much for all joining us at the program today. The people themselves get their prediction. In fact, some of the people that don't begin celebrate already. I don't know what they celebrate, but anyway, we wait for this not to Umfali. We wait for Kone, Mohamed Kone. When I can tell what the results could be. Thank you very much, guys. I appreciate you for joining inside the program. And God bless you, guys. Get to yourself a wonderful day. And please, stay safe.
You're welcome.
Yeah. All right. So that's how we end the program today. All of you